Welcome, dear listener. Before we dive into the chapters, let's take a moment to truly arrive. The journey you are about to embark on is not just about reading a book. It is about looking at yourself deeply, honestly, sometimes painfully. The Mountain Is You is a guide for those who have been standing in their own way, for those who have created obstacles from fear, self-doubt, or old habits. It shows how the mountain you face in life is often the reflection of the mountains you carry inside. As we move through this summary, remember, this is your path to awareness, your invitation to face your inner mountain and to climb toward the life you are meant to live. Chapter 1, The Mountain Is You, by Brianna Wiest.
Have you ever noticed how sometimes, no matter how hard you try, life seems to resist you? Opportunities slip away, relationships falter, and your own goals feel unreachable. Brianna Wiest calls this phenomenon self-sabotage. It's the invisible mountain we create in our own minds, shaped by fear, limiting beliefs, and unresolved emotions. Self-sabotage is not laziness. It is not a flaw in your character. It is a signal, a deeply honest message from your inner world. It tells you where you are stuck, where growth is needed, and where your attention must turn. Think of it like this. The mountain is you, but it is not permanent. It is not unmovable. It is a challenge, yes, but also a doorway. Every time you feel resistance, every time you hesitate, ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What fear or belief is holding me back? Because the mountain is not outside, it is within. And climbing it does not mean changing the world outside. It means transforming your world inside. The first step is awareness. You must see the patterns, the triggers, the habits that keep you in place. Only then can you start to dismantle the barriers you have built unconsciously. And here is the paradox. The mountain that stops you is the same mountain that will elevate you. Your resistance is your roadmap. Your fear is your compass. Your discomfort is the key to your next level of growth.
Chapter 2, Breaking the Patterns.
Have you noticed that sometimes you repeat the same mistakes over and over? Relationships that fail, opportunities that slip, habits that keep you stuck in a cycle you can't seem to escape. This is the mountain speaking again. The patterns you repeat are messages from within. They are the echoes of unresolved emotions, old fears, and beliefs you inherited or adopted without realizing it. Brianna Wiest explains that breaking these patterns is not about forcing change, but about understanding why you do what you do. Awareness comes first, then choice, then transformation. The key is to stop running from discomfort. The moment you feel resistance, instead of turning away, ask yourself, what am I really avoiding here? What is this fear trying to tell me? These questions are not easy. They make you confront the parts of yourself you might have ignored for years. But this confrontation is necessary. Every mountain can only be climbed by facing it head-on. Breaking the patterns requires patience. It requires compassion for yourself and courage to step into the unknown. You must allow yourself to feel your emotions, to understand them, and to use them as guides, rather than letting them control you unconsciously. Remember, the mountain is not your enemy. It is a reflection. It is the mirror of your inner self. Every fear, every hesitation, every pattern is pointing you toward growth. And once you start breaking them, you begin to live a life that is aligned with your true self.
Chapter 3, transforming your fear.
Fear is not your enemy. It is a signal, a guidepost, a messenger from your inner self. The moment you feel fear, pay attention. It shows you where growth is needed, where the mountain awaits your climb. Brianna Wiest explains that fear often disguises itself as procrastination, self-doubt, or anger. It convinces you to stay small, to retreat, to remain comfortable in familiar patterns. But comfort is the enemy of transformation. The mountain asks for courage, not ease. To transform fear, you must first acknowledge it, sit with it, name it. Feel it fully without judgment. This is the first step in turning fear into fuel. Ask yourself, what would I do if I were not afraid? What opportunities am I denying myself by listening to fear? The answers are your guide. They illuminate the path that your fear has been hiding from you. Each time you choose action over avoidance, bravery over hesitation, you reshape your inner landscape. Transformation is not instantaneous. It is a series of small, deliberate steps. Each choice to confront fear, to act despite uncertainty, builds momentum. The mountain that once seemed insurmountable becomes a series of manageable climbs. Remember, fear is a teacher. Your resistance is a roadmap. The mountain exists not to defeat you, but to reveal the power you already hold within.
Chapter 4. Accepting your shadow.
Within each of us lies a shadow, the parts we deny, hide, or reject. It is the fear, the anger, the jealousy, the self-doubt. It is everything we have been taught is wrong or unacceptable about ourselves. Brianna Wiest explains that the mountain often grows from our refusal to face this shadow. We project it onto others. We create obstacles externally. But the truth is, the mountain is formed by what we refuse to see within. Acceptance is not approval. It does not mean surrendering to negative habits or behaviors. It means seeing the full spectrum of yourself without denial. Acknowledging your shadow gives you the power to integrate it, to transform its energy into growth instead of resistance. Ask yourself, what parts of me have I been avoiding? How have these hidden parts shaped my choices, my fears, my patterns? When you accept your shadow, you reclaim control. You stop letting unseen fears dictate your life. You begin to act with conscious intention, not unconscious reaction. The mountain will challenge you. It will bring discomfort. It will make you face the darkness you have ignored. But in this confrontation lies freedom. The more you embrace your shadow, the lighter your climb becomes. Every step toward acceptance is a step toward wholeness. And wholeness is the foundation of a life that is truly yours, authentic, empowered, and free from the illusions of what you thought you should be.
Chapter 5. Transforming habits.
Habits are the invisible architecture of our lives. They shape our days, our thoughts, our feelings, and ultimately, our destiny. Yet many of us remain trapped in habits that no longer serve us, patterns that reinforce the mountain rather than help us climb it. Brianna Wiest teaches that transformation begins with awareness. You cannot change what you do not see. Notice the habits that keep you stuck, the self-sabotaging thoughts, the repeated mistakes, the small choices that erode your energy. Once you see them clearly, the next step is intentional action. Habits are not broken by guilt or frustration, but by conscious replacement. One deliberate act at a time, one choice aligned with your higher self can ripple outward into profound change. Ask yourself, what habit of mine is keeping me from the life I want? What small action today can redirect me toward growth rather than resistance? Transformation is not about perfection. It is about direction, momentum, and consistency. Every time you replace a self-limiting habit with a conscious choice, you chip away at the mountain, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Remember, your habits are your allies when aligned with your true self. They are the tools of your transformation, and the mountain, once a symbol of fear, becomes a path to mastery.
Thank you, dear listener, for joining me on this first part of our journey through The Mountain Is You. We explored the patterns that hold us back, the fears that disguise themselves as obstacles, and the habits that shape our lives without us even realizing. Remember, the mountain you face is not your enemy. It is a reflection of your inner self, your fears, and your untapped potential. Every challenge, every hesitation, every fear is pointing you toward growth. If you found yourself nodding, reflecting, or feeling challenged, then you're ready to continue climbing. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and join us for the next part where we dive deeper into healing emotional wounds, aligning with your true self, and embracing change to live fully.